Ah, fuck. Thanks very much, Texas. Idiots. You made me have to do a video on this, and it's just so bleak.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
So, this week, Texas banned abortion other than for medical emergencies because Republicans are on a roller gay when it comes to limiting the rights of people it doesn't care for. This follows Poland, Hungary, and some other EU countries who have taken similar stances in recent months. You'd think in 2021 it would be pure satire to suggest that there'd be a bounty for successfully suing an organisation who performed an abortion, but lol no, that's exactly what Texas has put into place. How am I meant to weave witty commentary into this, eh? Now, I don't want to get into the medical side of things too much because that usually just ends in people who are anti-abortion claiming that a bunch of cells is actually a heart, and because a heart is such a powerful image that, aborting a bunch of said cells equals wrongness. Instead, I'd like to focus on two things. Firstly, that if white men don't oppose things like this, then they'll continue to happen. And so here I am in a poorly lit basement talking to a camera. And secondly, I want to talk about the sort of human rights aspect of this situation. Now, I'm sure it hasn't escaped your notice, dear viewer, that pretty much everyone in power, at least in the West, is a old white guy. Now, this is inherently a problem when it comes to governing, but in this instance it's a particular problem because it means that quite literally the only sex affected by this, that is women, don't have a voice in decision making. Now, even if those men making decisions were well-meaning, it would be a real challenge for them to fully understand this situation. A central tenet, maybe the central tenet of human rights, is a shared equality brought about by a sort of shared empathy, a kindness. But a man can never fully do that in this situation. I can't do that. I don't know, I'll never know what it's like to be pregnant, what it's like to have a period, what it's like to make decisions about pregnancy. This is one of the reasons why we have to have an actual debate on the merits of taxing tampons. Not once do the men in power consider their complete lack of first-hand experience or tell you about the fact that their three mistresses along the way will have no problems getting abortions. They also strangely won't talk about how abortions are often the result of abuse by men, rape by men, or incest by... Oh, I'm boring myself now. I read a piece in The Guardian the other day that questioned whether this spate of right-wing sort of rights regression was due to how empowered they've felt recently, or the opposite, in that whether it's down to them starting to feel more and more powerless. Now, as a guy whose default is just to be kind, I hope it's the latter, but I fear it might be the former. Oh, fuck you, Texas.